Welcome to Unfit Statesman with Zach Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Another guest, another good guest, another fun guest, neat stuff, slick stuff, sexy stuff. This is what we're on these days. We're on the cutting edge of streaming. We're not streaming, but recording technology, internet entertainment, internet-based entertainment. We're on the cutting edge. And with that cutting edge strategy comes acquiring guests that you believe will entertain your existing audience and expand their audience to your audience and vice versa. Create a little bit of a Venn diagram, an overlap, so that it's of mutual benefit. Some people might look at that as a business venture. It's a little bit of a joint venture. It's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of entertainment. It's a little bit of business. It's a little bit of politics. It's a little bit of fun. Adam Nutter's here. Tell everybody where they can find you up top in case we don't get to it at the end.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Brother Bear. This is super cool. I'll preface before I even say that this is not my room. I'm at my parents' house. So for everybody watching,
yes,
this is a crazy. If you're on video watching this room is crazy nostalgic nerd shit. So not my house, my dad's, but yeah, pretty wild. I'm here.
And it's your biological parents' house.
This is my biological parents' house. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey right now. They ever catch
That's
me
Brian.
ever catch me at Adam Nutter. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. Go check out 5 Till Midnight on YouTube, Cult of Us on YouTube. 5 Till Midnight I do with, I'm sure some people you guys know from the show, Illegitimate Scholar, Kyle Matovic, and Luke and Typo from Biting the Bullet. And Cult of Us I do with Neil Wood. It's comic, it's comedic podcast. So go check us out everywhere you can find podcasts.
Yes, I believe that I wouldn't be shocked if there's already been fan overlap, because a lot of the people that you're doing podcasts with I've had on my show, and I've been on their show. I haven't been on 5 to Midnight yet.
We gotta get you on.
But yeah, it'll happen. It will happen.
I know, for sure. We only had like 3 guests ever, to be fair, like 4. So it's like we usually do them solo, like only the 5 of us. So
it happened. Listen, it will come together much like the 80s, 90s relic room that you are in. It comes together eventually. You can try to avoid it, but it'll come together. It'll happen.
Yeah, I feel like I regained my virginity in this room. Like if that was possible.
Well, there's something pure about that. That's actually pretty nice. If you come, like you could probably, if you spend an hour in that room, it's like almost it's like a sensory deprivation. It's like a sex sensory deprivation where the moment you leave that room, the next time you masturbate, you nut harder than ever because this is the first nut again.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna last 2 seconds. I'm gonna shoot a fucking fire rope.
Yeah, I think that there's actually something to be said about that. That's why doing horrendously nerdy things like if you get into like small figurine. Have you ever seen the videos of people who look through the magnifying glass to paint figurines?
Dude,
and then they like if you do that for an hour, you get like a certain amount of your sexual callus goes away, and it's like
depravity. Your depravity goes away, and your purity kind of comes back in a way where you're like, oh, this is what it's like to not be a piece of shit for fucking an hour. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's like it truly like so. If you've found yourself graduating into trans porn just to get hard, spend a couple hours gardening. Do something like that. You'll get it back.
Yeah, find your hose in a different avenue, like gardening, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's that's why I stopped watching porn, by the way, like a few years ago, because I was like, this isn't good for my brain. Like you probably shouldn't be doing this. Like you said, it makes you want to keep going down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And then like I had a bit about it where like I was supposed to be like, then you're jerking off to like fucking just like it's fighting people, and you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah.
You're just running away the next craziest like leap of thing.
Yeah, you at this point you're just like, oh, I like the feel of these sheets.
Yeah.
I'm in a very comfortable position right now. You just it's nothing sexual. It's just I know that this feels good, and I like this thing. So let's tie these two together.
Yeah, right? You start to sexualize like just things you like food or like anything. Like you're just so dead from like just watching two people have sex, you're like, I don't know, blankets kind of rock. Maybe I could jerk off to that. Or like,
This is how, by the way, this is how the collapse of societies happen is callousness. Like, this is what happens when I'm gonna play a video.
okay.
I'm gonna play a video, and it's insane. It's insane that our government is doing this to us, but we're callous enough to it that where we go, it's like we see it, and we just go, that doesn't even. I can't even come to that.
Yeah.
I can't even come to that because
Yeah.
I'm so used to shit happening and our government fucking us, and I'm, it's blue chew, whatever. We just get so used to it that this, like what this lady's about to say, I don't even know who this is, and maybe she's lying. I hope she's lying. But this is insane that the IRS is doing this, but nobody's going to give a shit. And I quite honestly, I'm not haranguing anybody who doesn't give a shit because I don't give a shit. I give a shit barely.
I wonder if it's what Rome talked about right before its collapse. Like, yeah, it's not jerking off to tranny porn, and we gotta care about what the IRS.
Well, Rome was
collapsed.
immediately was it Rome or Greece that had the femboys was big?
Oh, it was Greece.
It was Greece.
Yeah. Well, Greece has always been. They've been excusing pedophilia for 2,000 years. Greece. They're like, no, he's got to fuck a boy in the ass. Like we all do it. All the Greek philosophers, except for one of them, I think Aristotle was like super against it. Well, the other ones were like super into it. That was just their fucking calling card.
Well, here's the question: did the boys that they fucked did they turn out as smart as the guys who were fucking them?
Good question. I'm gonna guess they killed themselves, but that's just my guess.
Well, that's the mark of a true scholar. A suicide.
That's true.
It's truly.
You gotta do something first.
Listen, yeah, I actually don't read any books that are not authored by somebody who hasn't committed suicide.
Mark of true genius.
Yeah, truly. And I'm assuming Stephen King's next, so I have been reading his books. Let's take a look. Listen to, like I said, I don't know who this woman is, and I don't know what the credibility of this statement is, but if it's true, it proves the callousness of the American people and how unwilling we are to stand up to tyranny.
Is that the IRS, in fact, has been using AI to access bank accounts of American citizens without any kind of a search warrant or even without any specific claim that they have committed a crime. So,
Harriet Hageman, the Republican representative from Wyoming. That is a dyke if I've ever seen one. But I thought
that was a Decepticon, as we like saying 5 to midnight. I thought that was
quite honestly, this is. I hate Fox Business. I hate the tickers, and there's too much lower third happening here.
She looks like who used to do Janet Reno on SNL. She looks like someone cosplaying Janet Reno on SNL. Like back.
Who's Janet Reno?
Remember, she was the AG during the Waco shit.
Oh yeah, true. But yeah, the IRS is spying on us. Let's see what else they're doing.
So this was something that was discovered by an undercover journalist, and what they found is that the IRS has claimed that they have access to every single person's bank account. This person also indicated that they've been working with the Department of Justice and that they have absolutely no problem whatsoever going after the little guy to make sure that they are paying their taxes. This is such a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment that Jim Jordan and I sent a letter to the IRS demanding that they provide additional information about what they are doing with AI and what they are doing to protect the civil rights of American citizens.
So, Congresswoman, what's the end game here? Because at the end of the day, you can't put the AI genie back in the bottle, and it's so easy to use these technologies in the way that you're suspecting the IRS is. How do you protect American citizens and our constitutional rights?
Well, one of the things is we need a new administration in November because this administration has been absolutely lawless in terms.
All right, she's done. We need a new administration. That's how we're going to stop the IRS from spying on Americans' bank accounts with artificial intelligence. That's how we're going to vote Biden out. And then
a harshly worded letter, she said. He wrote a really mean letter to the IRS and was like, stop it. And they're going to go, okay.
Yeah.
You got us.
I packaged up the jar of my fucking cunt smell and sent it to the IRS, and it was treated as if it was a chemical terrorist attack, much like the 2001 anthrax attacks, which I just recently learned was very, very close to 9/11. I didn't realize that.
It was like right after 9/11. I don't know how old you are, but I was like a sophomore in high school during all that, so it was pretty vivid in my memory. So like it was
I was
like
kindergarten.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, so I was almost in college. I mean, almost in college. I was a sophomore, like it's a sophomore, junior year. All that shit went down, and I
And you
remember
were
that
in
very
Jersey?
vividly. No, Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
My parents just moved out to Jersey like a year ago. I'm a New Yorker, so I'm a Staten Island
Why
kid.
did they move from New York to New Jersey?
Great question. Great. I'm questioning that all the time. I live in Pennsylvania now. That's where I live. They should have went out there. It's
Did they
better.
go to Western New Jersey at least, or?
No, you know, Six Flags in Jackson.
Okay, they're there.
The township over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an odd move. That's an odd
Crazy,
move.
dude. It's a crazy move. It's a fucking crazy. They're in at 55 and older, but there's plenty of those that aren't here.
Yeah, if you were going to move away from, I mean, you should have gone to like New Hampshire, Vermont, something, New England at least, or go to like Florida. Like that's the move.
I mean, I'm the only kid, so I think they need to be by me for their prevalence. but like still, then come to Pennsylvania. Like it's still better than fucking Jersey.
Do your parents go on cruises?
No, they don't have. I think the time.
How un-New Yorker of them.
I know, and they're like old school Italians from Brooklyn too, which is funny.
Wow,
Like,
they've fought the urge to go on a cruise.
Yes,
for whatever fucking reason out here in New Jersey and in New York. I'm not from here. I'm from South Dakota. New Jersey and New York, the older generations love cruises, and I don't understand it. It's crazy.
I'll tell you the mindset. So you gotta go into the mindset of an older New York, New Jersey person. Their whole life, they've just spent 9 months of the year being cold. It's not enjoyable, right? They work hard their whole life. They complain their whole life. Then they get to a point where they finally make a little money and they're like, I don't want to have to think or walk 5 feet to the next thing. Yeah. I just want to go get fucked up off fucking shitty whiskey on some shitty fucking cruise line and hit on 20-year-olds, maybe 16-year-olds, and try to fucking have a good week. Like they don't want to think. They just want to go from like fucking level to level and be fat.
It is funny because now cruises were always like traditionally a white person vacation. And even if you take the wealth disparity between blacks and whites out of it, even wealthy black people, or not even wealthy, just well off, middle class and up, didn't go on cruises. They just didn't, because they realized, hey, that's an infestation of fuckery. That's what it is. And they recognized it. Now, a lot of black people go on cruises. And so
I've seen these Spirit Airlines of the waterways videos before.
The Carnival, the Carnival cruise lines. Yeah, no, it's funny because I know that there has been this exact reaction. They board the cruise, like post COVID, like they haven't gone on a cruise in a while, and they're like, oh fuck, yes, finally, let's get on a cruise. They go on, they get on the fucking boat, and they see a ton of black people, and they're like, the hell's going on? Fucking
they check their ticket. Like, am I on the right ship? Like looking around.
Fuck is this? Fucking transport boat? What the fuck?
They're like, Carol, I think we fucked up.
Yeah.
The wrong tickets again, Carol.
It's like, Carol, I bought them. I bought them like I always do. Let's go to our
Let's go. Ask the nice gentleman in the front if this is the right cruise we're supposed to be on.
God, the older generation that went on cruises that just loved the fucking, swimming in a pool in the ocean, eating disgusting food, getting hammered, fucking, letting, I'm sure, some pretty wild political opinions loose at the dinner table. Oh. And, they're like, listen, we can let these loose. There's a fucking show happening. Nobody's paying attention to us. We can really talk about our feelings here. Yeah. And now all of a sudden there's just, it's a diverse array of people who can now afford a cruise. And they're like, they've infested the boomers' Garden of Eden.
Yeah. You know the phrase, well, I don't want them that close to me has been uttered about many tables in many cruises nowadays.
Like, well, I immediately just how many like 65-year-old men walk on a cruise now and just go, the fuck?
Yeah, I gotta put up with this fucking shit all week.
fucking get this is what they're doing with the handouts, the government handouts. This-
cruises now. It's crazy. Carol, get open the emails. We gotta get on the emails, Carol.
think they earn the money to buy this ticket? Really?
Yeah, dude, fucking cruises are whack. And also, for my profession of comedy, that's like the lowest form of comedian.
Yeah,
Cruise comic.
a cruise comic.
Yeah, they're like universal
I've
shit
heard-
on.
I've heard cruise comics. Well, I heard that they make okay money.
Oh, that's not about the money. I'm talking about
Um,
like the just
yeah, like the
aura.
right. The it's bullshit. It's hack comedy.
It's just hack shit. No,
and it's
I
the
can't
same
imagine-
material for years, and it's
I can't imagine people paying attention to your set like ever.
no, but you don't care. I'm sure you don't care. You just you thank God you get away from your bitch wife for 3 months at a time.
Dude, imagine bombing and then just standing in the buffet line like behind the people who just heckled you for an hour.
God.
That's fucking rough.
That would be horrible.
Yeah,
That
it's
would be that would be the worst. And I'm pretty sure you'd have to keep it family friendly. Like there's no way you could.
I can never work a cruise line. I guess, so we're fine. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I wonder if there's like a late show that's only like 18 and above, and like early show for like.
I mean, the whole concept of a cruise is the idea is of a vacation is that you go somewhere where you don't go usually.
Agreed.
With a cruise, you don't actually go anywhere. You just kind of are in the ocean on a boat, and then you like sail into these fucking made up plastic towns that are owned by the cruise companies. And you're like, I bought a seashell necklace. Lucas, look, it's a seashell necklace.
But some slave child who's just hammering away, fucking coiling.
There's and the funny thing is there's a half a mile away, there are people chomping at the bit to rip your fucking head off because they know that you're coming in and using up all the goddamn resources in this country. And so it's
I used to go to Mexico like yearly, like once a year. I haven't in the last few years, but used to go to this place in Cancun. It's a really nice fucking spot. And I was always curious. I'm like, why no one fucks with Cancun? Like, cartels and shit. Because and then you find out, I go long enough, start talking to people, and then you come to find out, well, so 4 families like own all of Cancun. And you're not even allowed to like build property there unless you get like the, okay from one of the families. Those families are all cartel adjacent. They're not like the cartel, but let's just say they have a deal with the cartel and like the local government. But like, here's the deal. We won't fuck with you. You don't fuck with our shit. We don't fuck with your shit.
Yeah.
We all make our money and we all go our own way. So the cartel is like, okay, cool. So it's not worth it for them to like fuck with tourists because they know if they do, then they will just go after them and like fuck with their like setup. So like Cancun's relatively safe because of that very like barter system between the fucking factions. Also, like not all day, but like a few times a day, they'll fly a marine helicopter with like troops hanging out of it with like fucking rifles, like 100 feet off the ocean line and just like fly it. And then they'll send like an APC up the ocean line with like a bunch of like guys in SWAT gear. It says like federality, just to give you like an illusion of like you're safe. You're like, so you feel a little less safe actually.
Yeah. No, that whole dynamic down there is so I don't actually think that people who live in America can actually wrap their head around what it is, like how the Mexican political system works and how much insane amount of influence the cartel has. I don't know why, but they always end up in my algorithm. I don't like these videos, but they show up in my fucking algorithm. It's crazy because the name of these Twitter profiles that are showing up in my video feed on X is like people dying painful deaths. And I'm like, I don't want that. And it's always just like cartel videos just lighting a guy on fire. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, so there's a famous video from years ago. Forgot it's a weird name. Remember the Mr. Hands video? The horse who fucked the guy to death?
No, I didn't watch that. That might have been before me.
It probably actually was before. It was just like early 2000s or like
I would have been
internet was
5
still
or
wild.
6.
Yeah, so there was a video long ago called Mr. Hands, and it was a guy who fucked a horse to death. A horse who fucked the guy to death.
Wow.
And it's like a famous. So it was like, but the title's Mr. Hands. It's a similar name, kind of like that, where it doesn't correlate to the video, and then you open the video and it's a cartel execution where they're like, cut these guys' hands and feet off. They like peel their skin off. It's fucking wild. Like it's a wild video. That's probably still out there on somewhere. But yeah, that shit's just floating. You know, they really make their point if you fuck with them.
Here's the thing. It is like the craziest part of the internet is the aspect of, you know, that they always say like the tip of the iceberg, and then they show the iceberg, and then there's it's like, yeah, there's probably shit that could ruin my week. Like just seeing a video, there's videos on there that would ruin my week. Like I wouldn't be able to emotionally come back to normal after like maybe 7 days, like a full, not even a business week. I need the two
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Like I would need the thing to come back from it, because it's like when I was like starting to engage on the internet, it was 2 girls, 1 cup. It was one guy, 1 cup, or one guy,
1 jar.
1 guy, 1 jar. It was like those things. It's like you watch it and you go, but then you don't, like 20 minutes later, you're like, I can't even remember. Like it's just it's gross.
Right.
It's like, you guys did that though. You didn't, like you did that. I don't have to feel bad about it.
Right.
You know, so it was never like, I guess I don't really remember the era of the internet that I hear about where there's like just disgusting, crazy criminal activity, constant, like
it was like pre like 08, 09. That's when it really started like getting censored. But before that, it was just, I mean, whatever. I've seen so much shit in person and on the internet. I'm kind of desensitized. But then as I got older, I got way more compassion and empathy for things. So I have a rule where like nothing with kids, nothing with dogs or animals being tortured or hurt. Like I watch like animals fuck up other animals. That's different. Like I don't even like that. Like there's it depends what it is. It depends
like
what it is.
Nature is brutal in the pro.
Nature is metal. Great. I follow that.
But I do not. But it's in my fucking algorithm. I don't even follow it, and it keeps popping up.
It is harsh to watch a zebra get eaten alive, so I won't really watch those. But I'll watch like the fights, like 2 bears go at it and shit. That's cool. Like, you know.
I don't even. It's like everything that pops. It was like one thing is like if it's just 2 bears fighting, and it's like but there's fucking there's one video in particular that keeps coming around. I don't know why these are in my algorithm. I don't like them, but the lion had ripped open the stomach of another lion, and the entrails and all the intestines are just coming out, and they're just ripping the fucking. There's 2 of them.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. It always makes it's funny because anybody who is like vegan or vegetarian, they're like, it's, you know, and I get it, like they're like, look at what's happening in factory farms, and it's like, yeah, I don't like it either. I don't want that. That's crazy.
Agreed.
Because I don't want that. And by the way, I would like it even. I would maybe give it a pass if they didn't spray the meat with shit that makes everybody fat and cancer.
Right.
But I don't like it either. But then also, if you're talking about like empathy or like being nice to animals or having compassion for it, it's like, also you could watch this though, because that's torture. I mean, yes, factory farming is torture too, but that's torture too. They ripped open that fucking lion's stomach and drug out the fucking entrails one by one, kept it alive. Cats are the worst fucking animal as far as empathy or compassion.
No, actually, they're the best. That was actually a weird video you watched, because usually I'm an animal fucking nerd. This is a well-known thing.
I thought cats.
No. Cats. They might like bat you, but no, cats will actually, before they eat you, they suffocate you or break your and just crush your skull, because they don't want the risk of a fucking hoof breaking their jaw. Every other animal in existence will eat you alive, like bears, wolves, hyenas, everything. But cats,
I thought it was the inverse.
No. Cats will absolutely suffocate you first. In fact, you watch most. That's a weird video. That might have been more of a lion on lion like gang hit.
Yeah.
It's not for like a food reason. I was like, no, we're killing you. Like
Yeah.
we're killing you. But if they're eating, usually it's to suffocate or crush the skull, and then they fucking just take you off and like carry you to a tree where like a leopard would bring up a new tree. But yeah, they kill their shit first. But that's why, like, if a bear's getting at you, well, good luck. That shit's gonna eat you alive, dude. And, like, I mean, every single time a bear has done that, it's been doing alive eating.
There was a fucking video. It's not unlike other videos that are on the internet, but it's a guy going around a town interviewing like retarded girls who are out on the town, and they're like,
so just girls.
It's just girls, just fucking, like 20 somethings, and the question was, would you rather be alone in the woods with a man or a bear? And now, obviously, you fucking crazy to be by a bear. A bear will kill you. But there were some people, there were some of the women who were like, oh, a bear, because men are horrible. And they were like trying to be that weird woman vein of comedy where they're like, the men are fucking ew. Was it penis? Ew. Like it's, but some were like, with a bear, bears don't, like, they were like trying to scientifically justify. It's like, well, bears don't all attack you unless they feel threatened, but men can be. And it's like, you're kidding, right, bitch? Like, how did you actually get enough propaganda in your head that you are now 180ing your fucking, what should be an instinctual, like ingrained in you choice between spending time with a fucking bear or another human? It's like,
that's like straight lefty propaganda that's just been completely like pushed into people, right? Like you see it all the time. Like what was that family that took in like a home of immigrants and they just robbed them and left, and they're like, well, that's just, we can't judge.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you deserve that. Like, I don't feel bad for you at all.
It would be funny that if they're like, fine, you're gonna go in the woods with a bear. You want to go with the bear instead of a male? I'll give you one more shot. Bear or man? They go bear. You send them out with the bear, a female with a bear, and then the bear just rapes them. Just does everything they thought a man was gonna do.
Yeah, the bear's like, let me see those panties though.
Yeah. Just held her down and raped her, kissed her neck. Ugh. Oh my god.
And then bears rape you alive. We all know that.
They do. I've never seen a bear penis. I've never seen a bear
Actually,
penis.
I've never either.
What is a bear?
Have them.
There's no way that I've never seen a bear penis.
I've never seen a bear's penis either.
Is it just the fur? There's too much fur to.
I bet you it's one of those things where it comes out when needed. It's like a turtle.
Like mine. It's like, it's not. You can't see it now. Just wait. It's not ready.
Just give it some time. Under the right circumstances, it comes out.
My penis is a little more tactical. It only comes out right when it's time.
Just say your penis is hibernating.
It's hibernating. It's a strategic tool. It's not meant to be something that is visible. It's more of a camo penis. It's a fucking camouflage penis. It's a little more tactical.
By the way, how old were you when you realized that bears don't actually just sleep in a cave for like 7 months?
I think that now. I don't know. I don't know anything about bears.
Do you know, like the whole hibernation thing? Like, you know, people are like, oh, bears hibernate for the winter.
Yeah.
People think like bears will just like go into a cave and just sleep like 6 months straight. Like, no, they only like certain like fish and frogs do that shit where like they'll just like completely shut down function for like a year. Mm-hmm. No, I think it's called like mestate. I forgot there's a certain just different name for it. But like they just plug their asshole with like a bunch of like vegetation and shit, and like they'll sleep for like a few days or weeks and then like come out and they'll go back and like come out and come. It's not like a constant sleep.
You said they plug their asshole with vegetation?
With eating it. They'll eat a bunch of like stuff to clog their inside so they don't have to like constantly shit while they're sleeping.
Weird.
Yeah, I know.
Why? That's a weird thing to not. It's a weird thing to like. Why would they teach? Because I feel like I was told that. I feel like I was told.
We were told that. We were told a lot of things in school that aren't true. We know that.
But why? like why falsify that particular?
I think it's easier to say to children they just sleep 7 months instead of being like, well, they actually clog their asshole up with leaves and shit, and then they kind of sleep, but not really. It's probably easier.
They're sleep. They can't consent. That was the whole point. They're like,
all-
through these 6 months out of the year, bears can't consent. So don't you fucking think about having sex with them.
And if you do, you just fucking brushing shrubbery in their asshole.
Oh my god, that I've always been fascinated by the fact that humans have like a fairly low acidity rate for their stomach acid. There's fucking I didn't know this, but there's birds. I think it's it's not a vulture. I always thought that vultures had like the highest acidity rate, but there's another bird that their diet is primarily bones, and they eat bones, and it just dissolves them on sight.
Yeah, scavengers. There's also like some birds, they don't have like a good like digestive tract, so they eat stones and shit. So when they eat, it breaks it up for them. They don't have to like do it themselves.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I know.
It's like
fucking wealth of animal knowledge, dude.
It's like fucking. It's like basically Coca-Cola. They just have Coca-Cola insides.
Mountain Dew, the Mountain Dew that evaporated that mouse.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah, remember that?
No, you keep asking me if I remember this shit.
This wasn't that long ago. That's why this wasn't that long ago.
Was this Baja Blast Mountain Dew, and they poured it over a mouse, and
no, it was like a mouse was like found in like a Mountain Dew thing. It was like just completely eviscerated.
I'm pretty sure if you a lot of the shit, especially the shit that's been canceled. Like, do you remember Vault? You remember Vault energy drinks?
Oh yes.
I remember drinking those as like a 12-year-old and then getting heartburn like a 45-year-old man. I'm like, what the
45-year-old divorced man. Yeah, dude. Remember Hydroxycut? They kill like 70 people for they're like, we should probably.
I do remember that. I remember it constantly being on TV. This was a time where I was old enough to start lifting. Like I was getting into like middle school, and my dad was old enough to have to start lifting again to lose weight. So we were both going to the gym together. And I remember constantly seeing Hydroxycut ads.
It was like a Fedra or a Fedrin that was like killing everybody. They were just fucking taking it. That was the drug. Yeah, that was it. That was what did it. And then they were like, God. So it's back on the market now.
Is it?
It's like, yeah, because I was at the vitamin shop the other day, and I saw it. I was like, get the fuck out of here! But they took all that shit out, so it's like
Hydroxycut. God, that brings me back to like when TVs weren't flat. Like it's like a memory storage that I have. It's like an archive that I have, dude. The old like 2010 GNC Hydroxycut posters, fucking everywhere.
Yeah. That was the like weight loss drug. It
was constantly Hydroxycut, and then the fucking GNC stacks.
Yes.
That was like when everybody like Stacks.
That's an actual. It's called Stacks, I think.
Oh, okay.
An actual brand.
Yeah, and you would take like 180 pills at a time. And you're like, this will do it. And they had like ripped, bulk, or so. It was like they had like different goals.
I remember one time some guy at the gym was like, yo, I take these pills because they say it makes the veins in your forearms pop more. I was like, there's no way.
Dude, I've taken nitric oxide like way more than what the bottle said to take, because all I wanted was to fucking have veiny arms. That's all I want. I don't even care. I don't give a shit about how I actually look if I can just have veiny fucking arms.
The veiny arms are sick, and like I work out every day, and I have a lot of tattoos, so you can't really see my shit, but like I have like one kind of vein that goes like right over here, but you can't even fucking see it. That's it. I work every fucking day.
Dude,
but like you can't even really fucking see it. It's fucking.
I love fucking the veins in the arms for whatever reason. I became obsessed with that.
You got propagandized like the girls did.
Basically,
veiny arms.
Basically, it's like the same way women love veiny arms on men. It's like I also developed that weird where like I need that.
Gay, I think it's called gay.
Yeah, I think so. It's like literally, it was one of the very few things that could actually make me attracted to a man. It's like, you think you're going to make me attracted to a man by giving the man tits and growing out the hair and makeup? No. No. Give me a man who's fairly hairless and veiny.
Dude, I always say Jake Gyllenhaal's my man crush because he's like a slender, like
Yeah,
gets ripped
slender, a little
dude,
fucking.
kind of hairless when he shaves. It's like, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a descendant of like those Grease femboys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like it's yeah.
Or
Or
I find myself like talking about like if I'm at the gym, like I look at dudes way more than chicks, not even close. Like at the gym,
yeah,
I'm like, yo,
yeah,
what
of
is that guy
course.
doing? Like, what is he doing to get this fucking thing right here? How does he get that fucking cut here? I'm like, I was with what workout. I'm way more into that than I am at like some chick being a whore at the gym.
I forget. I don't know. This might have been a few episodes ago, but like, you know how there was. It seems to have died out now, but there was a trend on social media for women to like record guys looking at them at the
Still
gym.
a thing.
Is it still a thing?
It just got blown up because so many girls were trying to get clout doing it.
Yeah.
And they were just ruining guys who weren't being creeps. So like, look at this creep.
Right.
And then Joey Swole came on the scene and put an end to all that shit.
He had a heart attack.
No way.
Yeah, he had a heart attack, and it's crazy because I just started to kind of know who that was like
Recently?
years ago. Yeah, and I saw a picture on X, and he had a heart attack or something. He's like in the hospital, or
Well, he's on like a lot of steroids. So that makes sense.
yeah, it looks like it. But it was funny. It's like I will look more at a guy. I've seen it. Dude, I've seen a massive black guy in only tights and no shorts over the tights. His dick is just, it's crazy. It's right there. I look at that longer than I've ever looked at a fucking ass, tits, or a camel toe. I was locked in. I was honed in, dude. I was fucking, I was Private Pile at the end of fucking Full Metal Jacket with that thing. I was like right there. I had it in. I was locked in. I had a goal. Okay.
It was watch this guy's junk all day,
dude. I fucking like I'd be only 2 sets in, and then he'd move, and I gotta move. New machine. It's like, so the idea that men stare at women creepily in the gym. It's like, well, actually, no. You've done everything you can to get stared at,
right?
And you're not actually really being stared at. When all you need is a guy who's in like a stringer with just absolutely, like you said,
100%.
just shred, and they're not even going to look at you. So
Nope.
you're doing everything you can to get looked at, and you're barely getting looked at. That's got to be damning to the
dude.
ego.
I watched a guy bench like 4 or 5 plates the other day.
Yeah,
so like 10. I was like, yo, you want to go out sometime?
Yeah.
I was like, move, bitch. This guy's benching 4 plays. Get the fuck out of the way,
dude. Those are the guys you got to go up to him. He's like, can I work in with you? He's like, yeah, you know what? Just finish up. That's fine.
Just
leave the weight on. Leave the weight on. And then fucking leave. Dude, the whole I hate, I don't like gyms. I don't, and I'm in an area where they're very busy. It's a very busy gym. It's a very, so I don't like working out in general. I've played sports when I was in high school, and I guess I'm used to it, but I actually don't like working out. It's not something I enjoy. Some people love it. I just don't mind it to a point where I know I got to do it.
No, I get it. I went through a peak and valley of the gym. Mm-hmm. So like I played football from 12 to 25 years old. I played a long time. I did MMA for a little bit when I was 18 to like 20 something. So my whole like life up until like 25 was like a regimented workout, do this, and I fucking started hating it when I stopped playing everything. I stopped football, I stopped working out, I stopped doing MMA. I just got so fucking fat. I got so fucking fat.
I'm on my way down, brother. I'm aware. I am aware. I'm on my way down from fucking. I'm like 220. Probably was when I hit it, and then now I'm down. I'm at like 2 bills.
Dude, you're gonna be blown away. So all right, I'm 6 foot.
Hold on, but keep it now. I'm only 5'9".
Oh wow, bad. Yeah. So yeah. I'm 6 foot right now, 185. But I work out every day. It's like mostly I just did a fucking one of those tests for the body fat. I have like 17% body fat, which is like under. I'm 37, so it's like under. I'm like under all the stuff for my age, which is good. I'm like doing good.
Yeah.
Dude, I was at my fattest 260.
That's big.
But
That's
I
fucking
was,
big.
but here's the wild part. I held it pretty well. Like, in other words,
Yeah.
like it was like distributed,
Mhm.
but like I was definitely like you could tell my face and gut, but like I wasn't like piling out of my clothes.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too because I'm pretty wide shoulder wise,
Yeah.
and so I can get away with gaining weight without looking crazy bad. But like thin, like you're 6 foot 185. That's pretty lean. When I look lean, I'm at like 180, 185, even though I'm 5'9".
Right.
Because I'm just kind of like I'm a dent. Like you know how midgets are just like super dense.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like you're like, where is this weight
They're
coming
like
from?
they're like bowling balls.
Yeah.
It's like they're like the center of gravity is just like in the middle somehow. You're like, what the fuck does it make sense?
Yeah, it's kind of like that where it's like I'm just kind of a dense. I'm a dense boy.
You're a dense boy. It's okay.
I'm a dense boy. I'm a curious boy. I am a inquisitive boy. I'm a good boy.
But now I go to the gym to not kill myself because now I'm like sad. I'm going through some shit. So I'm
yeah.
just going to the gym to like, push the sadness out. And I'm also at that weird age where I'm having like constant existential crises. Where I'm like, I'm gonna die someday. Well, I can't die. I gotta be healthy. So I think I could like bench press to death away.
Yeah.
It's not working, but I'm trying. I keep trying.
I go to the gym and then because I think the people that are looking at me are judging me, I immediately judge them because of my insecurity. They're like, he's like, yeah, he could bench he's 225. He's at 15 reps. I bet he's a fucking idiot. I bet he doesn't know anything about the tax code. He's
yeah, can this guy pick me up and fuck me? Sure, but I know more about freedom than he does, so like whatever.
Could he standing 69 me against my will? Yeah, probably. And that takes a lot of power to overpower a 200-pound, 5'9" dense bowling ball D battery of a man.
Sure, can he single-handedly take off all my clothes with one hand and hold me down and fuck me? Sure, but I know what I'm doing with Bitcoin. So
yeah, could he make me come? Yeah, probably. But I doubt that he has anything in a fucking...
Would I report to the police? No, because I kind of liked it, but whatever.
yeah, but I bet he doesn't have a diverse portfolio.
What's his crypto looking like?
Yeah.
Yeah, can he hit my tonsils with his dick? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I went to a Yankees game, and I bet he can't even afford the seats that I had.
Did he just get season tickets to the Giants? Didn't think so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet he spent his time watching the draft, and he was disappointed.
Yeah.
That's all I do. And I do that with the women, too. It's like if I make eye contact with a woman who I'm like, she's pretty, I immediately go, yeah, but I bet she's got weird hips. I bet she's got fucking...
Your vagina stinks.
Yeah. I bet she did. I bet she thinks that she thinks that she's prettier than me. Well, I tell you what, I bet she fucking doesn't have any money, and I bet she still lives with her parents. I bet she fucking drives a shitty fucking 1999 Honda Accord with a spoiler. Fuck you. And then it's funny because I have had it where I've like looked at people and I'm like, fucking idiot. And they'll come up and be like, hey, can I work in with you? Or is like, how many sets? I'm like, 2. And it's just immediately like very nice. And I'm like, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Or like she could walk over and be like, hey, somebody said you got like, oh, I'm sorry, I actually love you. I'm actually in love with you.
It's like, how many sets do you have left? And I'm like, fuck. Now none now because I cummed in my pants and now I got to go to the fucking locker room.
Dude, so I was also okay. So maybe this pisses you. Maybe this might piss you off. I don't know. But like, I hate when people ask to work in with me, like at a machine, because I'm like, I don't want to have to talk to you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like I go to the gym to like zone out, or if I have like an already established friend at the gym, I'll talk to. But like, I feel like then it becomes like that thing of like, I gotta now have like small talk with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't just stand there awkwardly as I do weight, and then you just sit there and do weight, and I just sit. It's just like a weird feeling. It's like a weird encounter. So like, I hate that shit. I hate when people. I always like keep this like a fucking interaction, like a business transaction. Like, don't talk to me. I don't want to know how your day's doing.
I hate the laying down lifts where I know everybody can see my nub penis, my little fucking upside down igloo poking directly up in the sky. Fucking.
So maybe this happens to you or other dudes, but like if I'm lifting heavy weight, sometimes my dick will just retract into my body.
I step out of my vehicle in the LA Fitness parking lot and it's fucking in there. It's fucking sheltered. It's a fucking. It's taken its protection. It's a fucking. It's a defensive.
Knows his role.
It's a defensive unit. All right.
Like
It's
we
fucking,
know what we're doing. We retreat. We're not an offense.
my penis. My dick gets in the phalanx. It's fucking covered up. It's everything.
Your dick's the Iron Dome of dicks.
Yeah. That's true. It's fucking my dick is Israel basically.
Just
like,
batting away foreign fucking vaginas. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fucking. It's the whole. It's funny too because it's like I don't want to talk to anybody either. It's usually me, like in my headphones, listening to Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, where he's like, and then Caesar decided, and not particularly a popular decision by Rome at that time, that he wanted to murder 400,000 Celts. And I'm like, fuck, holy shit. It's like my whole thing is listening to Dan Carlin talk about how just the worst things throughout his just genocides of people that you never hear about,
Right.
which is for me, it's fun. And then every once in a while he's funny. Dan Carlin is funny because he's not trying to be at all, but every once in a while he'll say something that it catches your ear weird and it's funny. And then sometimes I will literally go as I'm pushing it, and it's so fucking.
Which from the outside, you look like
I look like an insane person.
Yeah.
Like imagine like doing just really struggling with one plate on each side and then going. It's an insane look.
I either listen to music or just like sports stuff because I just I can't listen to like anything political. I'll just get mad.
Yeah, I don't. Dan Carlin isn't.
No, I meant like any like libertarian shit or like any like other. Like, I can't listen to that shit. I can't listen to like.
I don't listen to political shit outside of the gym either. It's
I've actually scaled back a lot. Honestly, like I really
it's best to not.
It's mainly sports.
It's sports. It's also like weird shit where now all of a sudden I'm following X threads of like architecture. And I've found like hatred toward interior design. I'm like, I fucking hate shabby shit.
I started watching videos on YouTube. Like, I wonder if Batman can fight 1,000 special forces guys by hand-to-hand combat. Like, watching it's some guy's video of that.
Yeah,
like it's some nonsense.
To a priori delineate how Batman could defeat 18 Green Berets single-handedly in an urban combat setting.
Dude, I watched one last night where it was like, so who wins Spider-Man versus Batman? I was like, who does win Spider-Man versus Batman? Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all in on that now.
Spider-Man's a fucking, by the way, this is an unpopular opinion probably, but I think Spider-Man is the pussiest of fucking super.
Okay, like, now I have to fight you because
it doesn't make any sense. It does not make any.
You're wrong. He
doesn't make any fucking sense.
Wrong. He's one of the most powerful superheroes in the whole Marvel world.
First of all, this whole notion, and I understand the suspension of disbelief you have to in the superhero realm. I have trouble.
So yes.
So it's a web. It's a spider web. Not strong.
No, wrong. So this is the lore. See, you gotta know the lore. Spider webs are actually very strong for what they are.
Bugs.
Right. This is now a human being, so it's elevated. So it'd be like human being level strength or plus. And also in the comic books, technically it's a man-made formula. And then in the movies, they kind of retconned it to like it comes out of him, and then they retconned it back to it's a formula again. So technically they're like carbon intensified webbing string that you could hold a shit ton of weight. Sorry, so this completely derailed this on a nerd tangent, but he's my favorite hero.
But theoretically, then wouldn't all the people he's defeating have to be a bug-based villain?
In that Mar, Scorpion,
I don't know. Green Goblin.
No,
Green Goblin's the main guy.
Yes,
that's the main guy.
Yeah,
he's his main. He's his arch nemesis, and he's fucking. There's no bugs. There's no bugs like the Green Goblin.
No, well, again, there's Scorpion, there's Tarantula,
and why? By the way,
Tarantula.
He's fighting Tarantula. He's fighting another spider. He's the Spider-Man. Tarantula should be enveloped in his power.
Didn't make webs though. Let's see, I has one up on the Tarantula.
I didn't know that tarantulas don't make webs.
Pretty sure they don't.
Interesting. What do they do?
They just hide and wait, make little.
Are they poisonous?
Yeah. Technically venomous. Poison is if you eat it, it kills you. If it bites you, you die. That's venom. If it bites you and you die, that's venom. If you eat it and you die, it's poison.
I think Spider-Man is a pussy, and I think this is. I think that's why they were okay with that ugly bitch playing the girl.
Kirsten Dunst. I agree.
Kirsten Dunst. What's her name?
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. She was she was on a fucking she was in an interview recently talking about how she was mad that they paid Tobey Maguire more than her for that movie, and I was like,
oh, they paid Spider-Man more?
Yeah, it's like they paid the guy they paid Spider-Man more in Spider-Man than you.
Of Mary Jane, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're in no way attractive enough to demand that amount of money. That's crazy.
I don't. They've never had like a hot Mary Jane in the movies. She's actually better looking in the comic books than she is in the movie theater.
I mean, they've never really had a too attractive of a Spider-Man, have they?
But he's not supposed to be.
So maybe that's why. Maybe it's like, you know, these are two.
Andrew Garfield, I guess, was the most.
I've only seen Spider-Man 1, so I don't know.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, you gotta watch all. They're all good. But they're not all good. I lied. That's not true. They're not all good. He's supposed to be like a nerdy kid from Queens. He's not supposed to be like some fucking stud who's laying pipe.
Yeah.
You know, it's Batman. Batman's the stud, good-looking guy who gets around well.
Yeah. Well, Clark Kent too, right?
Yeah, but he's like a nerd.
Is he?
Big time.
What does he do? Is he a journalist, right?
Yeah, but he's like a nerd. Like he's like a goody two-shoes nerd. Like he doesn't do anything fun. Like he's like Batman always make, you know, he's like, you're too good, Clark. He's like, you're too nice. He's like, you're too good. Like he's like, you don't have any like anger in you when you should. And Batman's just always brooding.
We usually never get to superheroes or comic books on this show because I don't know why, but I have a disdain for superhero movies.
So you got to understand something. From my age, I'm 37, right? When I was in the comic books as a child, they were not cool. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of grew up in a time where like that shit's cool now. Mm-hmm. Like all this shit that is in this room that I'm in right now is cool now. Yeah. I had to get beat up and go through bullying to earn the stripes of like this shit. So like all these kids now, like Spider-Man, I'm like, fuck you, kid. I got made fun. I got called a fag so much for liking like fucking Star Wars and shit when I was like 10. Now it's the status quo. Now if you don't like Star Wars, you're the fag. Like it just completely flips. So I went to the fire. So like you're looking at it in the sense of like, well, this is so popular. It's everywhere. It's over diluted. Agreed. I don't watch half the fucking superhero shit like that's out anymore. It's terrible. Like, but I still think of the comic books that I grew up with and all that shit. That's what I hold on to. I don't hold on to the new movies and stuff. They suck, most of them. Yeah.
Well, you chose the fag path. You chose so you chose the fag path in high school, middle school.
Well, I balanced that with sports though. I played football. I had to do both. I couldn't just be full fag.
You balance. I was like bitterly. This is like I didn't even choose the fag path in middle school and high school. They're like, you have red hair. You're a faggot. And I'm like, how did this fucking?
Yeah. That's not fair.
It was one day. It was that after that South Park episode, and then it was like, you're fucking ginger. You're a faggot. And I'm like, what did I miss? Were there steps to this? I felt that like I had missed like a press briefing. And I'm like rifling through my notes.
Yeah, where's the fuck? Like Gene, did you see this come through the paper, Gene?
Yeah. Hey, Chris, was there? I don't know. It just happened yesterday.
You too? Me too.
Yeah, that's why I fucking had to force myself to play corner, even though I ran a 5.8 40. This fucking, and I wasn't gonna play linebacker. I wasn't plugging that hole. You can come right through. I don't give a shit.
I played safety my whole entire life. It was so much fucking fun.
They let me. I just never was. I wasn't ever that fast. I was okay at I was fairly quick from a lateral movement perspective, but I just wasn't fast. And so
I was never that fast. That's why I played safety.
I'd get burned on fucking flies. If it was I did good in the flat. I was pretty good in flat coverage. I could accelerate okay. So like any of those short routes, I could cover fairly well. The moment they aired it out, It's like, well, the safety better be there because I'm not gonna be.
You're sitting there like ripping a cig, just like, I hope he catches out to that ball.
Yeah, it's literally, yeah. I was the helmet was already off. I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I wonder if we get orange slices on the sideline because like
that was literally I'd already started walking off the moment they hit the 10-yard like it's like 10 yards and they kept going. I'm like, well, this is not mine anymore.
Your coach is like, that's the opposite of a walk off. You're not supposed to walk off. They walk off the
yeah. It's like they put me, it's like, we're gonna do man-to-man coverage. I'm like, I don't think we should. I think we should do zone and keep me under 10 yards. We're gonna be okay. Past 10 yards.
I was never that fast. I always ran like a 4.7, 4.8. Like I wasn't like super fast.
That's like I literally ran like a 5.3, dude. That's significantly faster than a 5. I don't think people might not understand who aren't into sports how ridiculously faster 4.8 is to 5.3. That's way faster.
Yeah, but like I was slow compared to the guys running 4.4,
well,
4.5.
yeah, of course.
So like that's what I'm saying. So like it's like I was slow compared to everybody else. So I was like, I was great with my hands. I was great at tracking the ball. So it was like safeties for me. I could hit. I'll fill the fucking gap. I don't have to really cover too much. But I remember junior in high school, we had like a scheme where a lot of it was like safety comes down, covers the tight end. I remember like after a few games, like, hey, stop this. I can't cover man to man. It's so fucking hard.
It's funny because the compliments that I would get in sports in general were never like a wow factor of like athleticism. It was like, it's a smart play. It's high IQ.
You get the white guy. You get the white guy compliments.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
It's good.
He's a shifty runner. He's a shifty runner.
My favorite was it's good field vision.
Yeah,
it's good vision. It's like, all right.
Or this one good lateral movement, which means you can't go up and down the field fast.
It's good. Way to break down.
Yeah.
To break down from that much speed. It's not actually. It's not that.
Oh, he
hard.
keeps his head on a swivel. Like everyone does.
It's a smart play. It's a high IQ play.
IQ play. Yeah. It's never. Wow, it's raw athletic talent. It's never that.
No, it's never that. It's constantly. So this actually we'll parlay this into the end of this episode. So I have two different videos, and it really, I think, epitomizes a bit of a fissure in America when it comes to education, learning processes, where you go to learn skills, where you go, the methodology of being curious and then testing something and finding it out, and whether you're doing that on an independent basis versus through the public school system. So I think there's obviously a diverse array of opinions on public education, private education, college. It's all floating. I'm sure you can go on Twitter and you'll find it. Okay. But I do think that these are two videos that strongly they provide a strong symbol of the two different routes that you can go when it comes to education and learning new skills. The first one is the more traditional basis, the public education sector, the higher institution of learning method. This is a gentleman who I forget his name, but he I guess I don't know why he piqued my interest, but I think you can watch the video for a few seconds and then you'll understand a little bit why he did.
Mission to the University of Denver. My name is Derek DeBose, and I have the privilege of serving as our Associate Vice Chancellor for Enrollment and Director of Admission. I can't say this enough. We are excited for your college journey to begin, and we understand you have a lot of big decisions to make, and with that comes a lot of excitement.
You're very fucking Auschwitz-esque behind him, right? Kinda?
Dude, yeah, I was like, are they in a labor camp in Siberia? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck are they right now?
Yeah, this is the Denver University. He's clearly a part of the staff. And like I said, I don't know what the exact word is as to why I found this video amusing, but I do find it amusing.
Probably giant gay black man dressed as a blueberry.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. He's wearing cool colors.
Yeah.
Let's give him a chance. See what he has to say.
But also a little bit of stress. We recognize that, and we want you to understand that we want you to call DU your home. So with that, we have decided with some of the new FAFSA changes.
This guy calls a lot of D's his home. You know what I'm saying?
With it, to extend our enrollment.
He makes D's call his anus their home.
Yes.
That would be the more strategic way to go about that joke. I understand that technically ruined it.
Yes,
but I would
it did,
like
but
to.
you know
I
what
would
I'm
like
saying.
to. Yes, I'd like to go. I'd like to delineate through the chain of events that would make that joke. So
It's always funnier when you have to fully deconstruct and explain a joke. You know, it makes it funnier.
yes.
enrollment deposit deadline to June 1st. We want you to be excited and confident in your admission decision to join our family here at the University of Denver. Our financial aid team is doing an outstanding job. They've done some amazing work this past year in terms of really providing great estimates. But also, they're working diligently right now to provide your actual aid offer. So with that, if you haven't already, please make sure you complete your FAFSA and your CSS profile as
He's an odd-looking fellow, isn't he?
If you didn't hear him speak, he looks like a retired defensive end from like the 80s.
Yeah. He looks like a retired
Like pitching a
NBA
car
player.
commercial.
Like he looks like a retired African NBA player.
Yeah, like come on down to Johnson, then Johnson Subaru, and you know it's like that's really what you're doing right now. Also, notice it's funny the comments are just turned off in that video.
Are they?
Yeah, because there's only a heart and a send button. There's no comment button.
Oh, true. Yeah. Well, I'm sure if they had him on,
That's why they're off.
Those first few hours had to have been crazy.
It just would have been every comment with 1,000 Ys.
Yeah, it's just, Jesus. I mean, one, the sun reflection off his forehead is
wild.
I mean, this whole thing. It's just not done well. It's not shot well. It's not. He doesn't pronunciate very well. He doesn't, He doesn't enunciate very well. Yeah. He seems he kind of blends all of his words together. Well,
as soon as possible. We want you here on our campus. We're excited for this journey to begin with you. And if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to reach out to your admission counselor.
I got a couple questions.
Yeah, a couple questions.
So there is that method. And by the way, a very welcoming method. Thank you, Derek DeBose from Denver University. That was very nice of you to, and I don't think he's talking to us.
No, but also like I'm putting myself in a potential high school senior's mind. That video didn't get me psyched to go there.
No. But again, this is something. This is the state of the higher.
You said it right, Heil.
Yeah,
you said it right.
Higher education. It's kind of the state that they're in. It's a very soft, welcoming, not so. I don't know how you would explain it. It doesn't seem to get to the point. There's no real point, right? There's no hard. This is math, and this is how you do math. And if you don't do it like this, you're wrong. It's not really like that anymore. It's a bit softer. It's a bit.
Right. Now it's like you tell us how to do math. It's like I don't think that's how that works either.
Now there's that school of thought, which can be I'm sure that works for some people. I'm sure that very much helps a certain type of person reach their full potential, their full intellectual capacity. I'm sure that's true. There's also another school of thought. It's a little bit more blunt. It's more direct. It's more of a ask a question, formulate a hypothesis, test the hypothesis, and then get the conclusion. And this video is very symbolic of that process.
A lot of people were wondering if a bowling ball could go through the back glass of a BMW 3 Series.
So he's a lot of people. I don't think anybody's thinking that.
Yeah, no problem. Right through and back by the back seats even. There you have it.
It's more direct. They have a question. They find out. It's a question. Test it. Conclude.
I liked it. I want to go to that guy's college. He has me interested already.
Exactly. So it's a bit more. Listen, we're not here to talk about your comfortability on campus. We're here to talk about what do you think about a bowling ball potentially going through the back windshield of a BMW 3 Series? Yes or no? No. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, we're gonna find out fucking now.
Right now. Who wants to volunteer their BMW?
Hold on.
This is why colleges are stupid though. It's like they're not self-aware. Like if I was Miami or like Arizona State, I would just my recruiting video would be 20-minute highlights of Miami football, like
Yeah.
between the 80s and 2000s, to be like, pretty sick, right? You want to come here? Or Arizona State, like, just show all the
No,
parties,
if
be
I
like,
was-
pretty sick, right? You want to come here?
If I was Miami, it would literally just be the 30 for 30 cocaine Cowboys. That would literally be, that's the only thing I would show.
That should actually be the recruiting videos, the U and the U part too. Like, go watch those and then come to Miami. Like,
Yeah.
go watch those documentaries.
It's like Michael Irving had 182 mini heart attacks on the field because he was doing cocaine. He went to the University of Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s, man. I'm not sad that I missed it because I don't care. But it's not something it's not like I would have been out there doing cocaine constantly, or maybe I would have. I don't know. But the idea of, in my mind, it just seems like you could have gotten away with more.
100%. So I was a
You know?
child in the 90s, right? So I wasn't like an adult. I had zero authority. But
Yeah.
things were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Remember, like, the economy was good. Like, people were pretty happy in the 90s.
Yeah.
Movies rocked. Music was good. TV was good. Seinfeld.
Yeah, people. It seemed like people weren't all uptight.
No.
It seemed like people were a little bit more laid back.
For sure. Dude, 9/11 changed everything. The start of the deep state 9/11 push,
Yeah.
that literally was a turn of like truly like going downhill freedom shit. Like the 50s were probably better than the 90s and when it came to that shit, but like the 90s was still pretty great. 2001, dude, especially in New York City. Like I saw it firsthand in New York City. Like 2001 hits, towers go down, everything changed. Like everything immediately different overnight. Like went from like sunshine, it went almost like the colored TV to black and white TV. It went like backwards.
Yeah.
It
went from Staten Island guys going, seeing like a Muslim woman, they're like, that's fucking weird. What a weird fucking bitch. And then it went from that to, we gotta fucking kill that bitch. She probably fucking knows some shit.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. At all. It's funny though, because as the dumb Staten Island Italian myself, we just can't not be Italian. So remember how everybody had the 9/11 flags like on the side of their car? It was like a big deal. Like everybody would have 9/11 flags, not 9/11 flags. I'm sorry, American flags like on their car windows, like as like a support America. Like people were selling them. Like everyone would have them. But in Staten Island, like they would have the American flag on one side, the Italian flag on the other side. Like they got attacked.
Yeah, that's true. They'd still be like, we came to this fucking country, the Maragons, it is crazy to, I personally, I believe that what should be cherished at this point, as far as culture and history, is strictly Irish and Italian, because it's constant. All it is it's constant complaining.
Yeah.
It's constant fucking complaining. It's misdirected pride and energy. And it's enough of both of those things combined to create a like some harmony. It's enough to not have infighting. It's enough to have like a common goal. You fight, but everybody gets along still. And you have a common set of values. Like it's insane how it's so easy to criticize both of them because they're both like both cultures are outside of their fucking skulls. The history of both of those countries
100%
crazy.
Here's the thing about, again, I'm gonna be biased because I'm Italian, but whatever. Like, yes, we're wild, a bunch of fucking wild people, loud, opinionated, obnoxious, dumb, for sure. All that's true. But like, first of all, we're fun to fuck with. Like, we're fun.
Yeah.
B, we get shit done. Like, things do get done.
Yeah.
And like, C, the food's good. And then also D, like, there's a sense of community and family that other cultures don't have as much. The Italians and Irish do.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think,
like the Germans aren't like that. Like if you're a German descent, you're not like that. Like Scottish even descent. It's usually the Italians and the Irish have a more. Again, Staten Island growing up, it's all Italian Irish kids. It's all I know.
That and like oddly enough, like the Italians, the Irish have more in common, like culturally, especially with family and community, with like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and fucking.
Because it's Catholicism too. That's why.
Yeah.
They're both Catholic. So the Irish, well, most of Ireland, right, except for Northern Ireland. So like the Irish and Italians, all Catholic. The Scots, the English, they're all Protestant and Christian. It's kind of the same but different, right? So it's like, I think that has something to do too. I don't know. I'm also retarded. I don't know, so
Yeah.
I'm just a guy. But this is my theory of why I think those are a little closer knit than others.
Can you imagine being the fucking like a Muslim sitting there watching 9/11 happening and then like watching every news outlet going Islamic terrorists? You're like, fuck.
Fuck. Dude, every Hindu person too was like, God damn it, they're gonna think
everybody with an accent was like,
fuck. Yeah.
God damn it. Oh no, and by the way, this could kind of take this thing whole circle, because we just watched a video at the very beginning of this where the IRS is using artificial intelligence to gain access to every single bank account in America, which is most certainly happening due to, you could trace that back to the precedent set with the Patriot Act, which came about because of 9/11,
100%.
which came about because of, I mean, we could really tie this back probably a lot. I mean, a lot of what America did, but a lot of what Israel did in the years leading up to 9/11. I mean, quite honestly, like I think we could probably, like, the reason that we had, we have this dyke on Fox Business talking about why the IRS are, gaining access to Americans' bank accounts via AI, can somehow find its way back to that Staten Island guy going, that fucking dumb bitch, look at the fucking thing on her head, go get her. Like, and then that can be traced back to some guy in Israel in like the Likud or whatever, the Mossad, saying, well, we have to go into fucking Lebanon. And then that can be traced back. Like, it's crazy how you could create that thread.
It's 6 degrees of like 9/11, essentially, like, instead of Kevin Bacon. He's like, you're just fucking coming down. It's like, oh, here you go, deep state. Child's bath.
What is 6 degrees of, what is it, separation? 6 degrees of
Kevin Bacon was the joke, but 6 degrees of separation was a movie or book, whatever the fuck it was.
What is that? Is that the theory where everything is connected to literally everything by 6 degrees of is that what that means?
Pretty much, like, everybody through 6 people.
Oh wow.
Like, kind of.
Is that no wait? Is that a fiction? Is that just is that true?
I think it's just like a dumb theory. No, of course it's not true. Okay. I mean, dude. I mean, honestly, it might be. I don't fucking know. I think I always thought it was just like a exaggerated type truth type thing. Where like,
yeah.
Again, I could be totally wrong, but how I always interpret it was like that because we all know people, and that people know people, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So the fact that you actually might know somebody who knows Kevin Bacon tangentially through a line of people is actually kind of very plausible.
Yeah, that's like the fucking that little girl from like fucking North Carolina or something. She was on the news. She did like a family history test on all the presidents, and it all led back to one king.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Obama too. That makes sense actually. Obama was white, right? Yeah. So
well, and also every single, including Obama, all their ancestors are enslaved, except I think Trump Daddy. I think Big Trump Dog skipped out.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think all of them, not including Trump, because this girl did it before Trump was president. But yeah, I think all of the presidents lead back to some king. And I think somebody like a geneticist said that there's something called like genetic clustering where that can happen. I don't know, but
bullshit. Okay, even if that can't happen, sure. Every president,
yeah, true.
It's like this is why when more shit like that, you go, yeah, of course this is all fake. Like there's the coincidence of that would have to be more than almost anything else in the world. Like the numbers.
It seems like a stretch. Like, again, I don't know enough about genetic or whatever it may be, but it seems and especially over such a long period of time. It's one thing if you're like, right. 5 of these people who were in power during the Revolutionary War could be traced. It's like, that makes a little more sense to me because they probably came from the same place. And if you come from the same place, you probably hail from the same group. You know what I mean? It makes more sense. You can logically bring yourself to believe that through 40. It would have been 44 presidents and 200 over 200 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy that all of them link back to this same king.
But like, it's not when you go everything's fake.
Yeah,
like when you're like, once you just give in to like the IRS thing is a great example. Like you said, like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, of course they are. Like, that doesn't surprise me. Like, of course they are. Like, why wouldn't they be? Like,
Yeah.
am I? Of course, no. It's fucking evil, and they should be disbanded. But it's like, does it surprise me? No. Like, what are we gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
It is true. It's I treat those like the new political scandals and conspiracies. I treat them like crazy stories that you would hear, like clearly fake shit, but you would just go wow and then move on. It's like, well, if you don't fucking, if you fuck somebody without lube, you'll rip your dick hole open.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, wow, all right,
Yeah.
and then you just move on. It's like, yeah, you would hear story. Like I remember there was this story, and it actually did influence my behavior. But there was a thing that went around on the internet that said somebody had ordered some food item from Taco Bell, and then like there was bugs in it when they ate it, and then the bug got into their tongue and laid eggs in their tongue, and they had to get surgery to get the eggs from this like spider out of there. Clearly bullshit. There's no way. But I didn't eat Taco Bell for about a year and a half. That's the only thing I think that I've heard. Like this video that I watched, I should be doing something about. Like we should be moving our money away from bank accounts.
Right. We won't.
But I tell you what, if I hear a story about somebody eating Burger King and they get eggs laid in their tongue, I'll stay away from Burger King.
Yeah, because it's that thing of like, well, would you rather have the IRS check your fucking bank or have bugs laying eggs in your tongue? It's like, well, I'd rather the IRS check my bank, I guess.
Yeah.
it's
like those are the two options.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all right, I guess go with option A.
Yeah. Well, the IRS, they probably have. I mean, they probably have. I have my Bitcoin through apps, so it's like they have probably.
Same.
access
Also,
to
when you
that.
sell it, you got to report it anyway.
Yeah.
So like I had to do that, because I have Bitcoin. I sold some shit to buy Giants season tickets. so
True.
so I used Bitcoin for that.
I actually went. I had an opportunity to sit in the what do you call the skybox? Press box? No. Sky, like just a.
Oh, just the box. Yeah, it's the box.
Yeah. I had box seats to the
That's cool.
Giants Cowboys a year ago. It was very fun. But I'm neither a Giants nor a Cowboys fan. I think every team in the NFC East I've come to fucking hate because I moved to New Jersey.
Too, as a Giants fan.
True.
But I always wanted to do it, and then I was like, I'll just use Bitcoin. It was like $12,000.
Really,
So-
it's not that much.
So no, I'm in section 300, but it's 6.
Oh.
So it's like I'm on like the 30 or so yard line,
Nice.
and it's the first 4 rows of the 300 section, and I'm in the 4th row, and right behind me is a giant wall, and then above that wall is all the other seats in 300.
And behind
no
that
one's-
wall are 400,000 illegal immigrants attempting to
They
cross.
keep him there, but like no one's behind me, which is sick.
Yeah.
So I bought 2 tickets, $5,000 per PSL, and then $2,000 just for the season tickets. So it's 12 altogether.
It's not a bad deal.
No, it's not.
On that though, what time is it? 3:25. Yeah, let's wrap this pig up. Tell everybody where they can find you again.
Yeah. Check me out at Adam Nutter on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. TikTok's still around. It might be there. We have no fucking idea. Go.
Yeah,
did
did they ban it or not? I
think so. I think it's going to Biden's to sign.
So they haven't banned it yet, but they're gonna ban it.
Think so.
I heard that the reason that they're banning it is because that there was too much pro-Palestinian content on there. Is that true?
But they
Do
were
you know
trying
if
to
that's
ban it
true?
like 100 times. I think it's the Chinese bullshit that they're going for, the propaganda. Like malware. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Seems like a. I think there are other. I don't know if TikTok is bad or not, or if it's like infiltrate. But
I
it
think it's all
seems like
bad.
I think it seems like there's other things that we could be doing.
Of course, it's a distraction, right? To all the money being going to Ukraine and Israel and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Here's the thing. If they didn't ban TikTok in Israel or Ukraine, and we're banning it, that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's all weird. It's all fucked up. It's all like it's done on purpose or something.
I tell you what,
confuse and distract us.
if they start telling people that we got to fucking send troops over to wherever, I mean, do you think they'd ever bring the draft back?
Yes, but I think it would take an absolute shellacking to fucking do it. Yeah, you would need to be in the dumps.
Like invasion of the homeland type of.
No, even just getting smacked by China, or even if they're getting close. Russia's a joke, but like if it's getting close to whatever, I think they might be like, oh, it's time to recount the troops. I'm 37 and injured. I ain't going anywhere. But like, yeah, if you guys.
Yeah. And I run a 5.740, so I'm pretty sure that disqualifies me.
You're like, guys, you don't understand. I run a 5.74. I can't help in this war. I'm very slow.
What do you want me? Because I could fucking backpedal and not fall over? Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do anything. I would be the fucking biggest pussy in war. And all I do is fucking complain. They'd go like, well, we should move forward. And I'm like, it doesn't seem right to me, though.
These boots are tight. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
It's so hot in the desert.
Yeah. I have a fucking blister on my heel.
I have trench foot. No one listened to me.
I'm a little dehydrated. Do you mind putting a pinch of Himalayan pink salt in my water, please?
These MREs are gross. Do we have Burger King?
These aren't keto. I'm going to break my diet. You understand that I am in ketosis. I can't break that.
Is this vegan?
It literally, I don't think now that we're talking about it, how could they bring back the draft with this population? How can they even, they're dealing with, I'm the best they're going to get, and I'm not a good option. How can they bring back the draft if it's just me and then people who are bigger pussies than me?
It's gonna have to be like AI robots they use, like you're fucking in Pacific Rim, dude, or like Voltron.
The only thing that I could really fare very well, I think, in war is like if for whatever reason like dysentery strikes the platoon. I've had enough diarrhea in my life where I'm like, this is fucking nothing, gentlemen.
Get fucking Legionnaire's disease. Like, I'm plowing through this.
Yeah, I could be shitting out my lower intestine and go, mental toughness, gentlemen. Mental toughness, okay?
They're like, you cried yesterday when a bug flew past you because there was a bullet. You're like, yeah, that was yesterday. Today's today,
Today's a new day. You got to look forward. You can't look backward. That's how you got to think, okay? You only get 3 wipes. Make them useful, gentlemen. I think I could out diarrhea. I could withstand dysentery. I've had enough horrendous diarrhea where I think if I was in the trenches and I just had that crazy diarrhea that are in the storybooks, I think I could do it. I think I could get past it.
That's biological warfare. I think it's chemical biological warfare. So you're winning. You're winning. Actually, they're gonna want you more because of that.
True.
You fucked yourself. You played yourself.
Maybe. Yeah, because anything that they think can kill the Americans via dysentery, you've got a super soldier in me.
You're our Captain America.
I literally, yeah. Maybe give me a Neuralink. I'm gonna march right through, dude. I can march through fatal diarrhea.
Dude, my favorite ever weapon that they talked about is like declassified documents. They try to make a gay gun.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's because their whole theory was like, well, Muslims hate, they're homophobic, so if we can make them gay.
Yeah. I mean, I think,
all right,
quite honestly, I mean, DARPA doesn't always, release their successes and their failures. I mean, who knows? Maybe they succeeded, and now we have San Francisco.
Facts. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I have been feeling gay lately. I have been
feeling gay. I told you. I told you about the veins. Told you about the veins. I told you about the staring at the penises at the gym.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Jake Gyllenhaal movies lately, so it's a problem.
I've been drinking a lot of this type of water. Maybe it's the bottled water that I'm drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's the microplastics.
I've been drinking a lot of this.
Ghost.
It's a hydration drink. I'm pretty sure I'm killing my insides with it, but it's good. So I don't know.
Yeah. I've been drinking a lot of energy drinks too.
Oh, me too. I also drink Ghost energy drinks too. They're really good.
They're good. They're better for you than most energy drinks. Did you know that?
I know. Yes, that's why
they don't have something cyanide. They basically don't have cyanide.
Yeah. That's why I only drink Ghost energy drinks. That's it. It's no sugar. Like it's like a little, only 200 things caffeine, 200 milligrams caffeine, whatever it is. So it's like the healthiest of, because I need it at the gym, dude. I fucking need it.
I think that and Bang are the two. Those are the two.
Oh, was Bang good for? I thought Bang was also Bang.
No, Bang had Bang.
Oh, Celsius is the one that's. I'm sorry.
Celsius is horrible for you.
That was the one. Yeah.
Celsius is horrible for you. Rain, Accelerator, all like everything. Monster's horrible for like. I think those
Yeah.
two. I think Ghost and
Dude, orange cream ghost, the creamsicle one.
haven't had it.
Fucking dude. It will
You
change
ever
your
had,
world.
I tell you what, another one called Bucked Up, and it's got
My
it
buddy
does-
Roman does that one. I've had it. It's good. He's giving me that one. I work out with him all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that one.
I
Yeah,
drank
good.
that and then immediately had a migraine.
No. The taste good. The taste of that is good.
Yeah.
No, but
they
it's
all-
bad for you. It's no. But the time of the taste alone,
Yeah.
that shit was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I had blood raz, and I was fucking. I was oddly energetic, and then I was getting like the auras in your eyes where you see light, but the light isn't there, and you're like, ah.
See, I didn't
Fuck.
I didn't have a full. I just tried his, and I was like, oh, this tastes
Yeah.
really good. And I never bought one, so I didn't know it does that. It's good to know, but the taste was really fucking good. Or whatever flavor I had.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Like if I drank one of those before sex, I don't think I'd be able to get hard. I think I would just be like, fuck.
Whiskey with the whiskey dick of energy drinks.
Yeah, basically, it's something that stops you in your tracks. It's like when you diarrhea so hard and your dick and balls hurt. You ever had that?
No, but I have like a pinched nerve in my back, and sometimes if I sit the wrong angle, my dick and balls area will just go numb, like I got Novocaine.
That would be helpful if you're about to come. That'd be very helpful.
Wouldn't know. Won't feel it. Don't feel anything.
A no
wild.
feel You said
No
you
feel
shot off no feelers. That's wild.
My thumb's is doing this in the dark.
This is the issue because, by the way, this is again probably why I'm podcasting. So if they ever do bring back the draft, they can go back and listen to this and know he is not gonna.
I don't think he has what it takes to kill a man. Actually,
I can tell you that I don't because like I said, I'm listening to the Celtic Holocaust by Dan Carlin, and it's discussing it's basically Caesar's military campaigns that made him famous,
right?
And just the brutality of somebody like that. I'm not,
dude. Hand-to-hand combat in mass scale is brutal. People just dying for days.
I mean, quite honestly, you have to be a kind of a horrible person to like do that. You have to be a horrible, horrible person.
So this is the equivalent of today's time. You know, people go like, Tom Brady's kind of a psycho. Jordan's kind of a psycho.
Yeah, it's like,
correct.
Yeah, dude.
They have to be that good.
It's crazy. It is too. It's like I don't understand how politicians, why are they all bad? It's like you have to be like that to win.
Right.
You have to do that. And it's actually somehow better than like in Roman times, you had to be a cold-blooded murderer. And there was no in between. You couldn't be anything less.
Or you're dead.
Or you're dead.
Right. Then your self-preservation is gone.
And so,
no, dude,
by the way, and
this
is, let me tell you something, okay? I don't know what David Goggins are telling you, and I don't know what Jocko's telling you, and I don't know what Huberman's telling you. But I'll tell you one thing. If you drink yourself a Ghost energy drink and murder somebody in cold blood, you have what it takes to succeed. And nothing less.
All you need is a ghost and your bare hands, and you're good.
So that's what we'll end on. Go kill somebody after you drink a Ghost energy drink.
Sponsor me, Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost. I know that you don't have cyanide in your energy drink. Hey, folks, don't drink cyanide. Use it to poison somebody to death. Okay?
That's what they're for.
And then become a politician and lead us into battle against the Palestinians or whoever.
Or become the greatest athlete of all time.
Or do that. And then invest into a brand that leverages child slavery overseas. Thank you, everybody.